Good morning, we're here, it's day one of the show, we're here bright and early and I'm ready to start work on the Kosmos stand, so it'd be great if I get to see any of you. I've already bought a game, I've reserved Ark Nova, which we're super excited about, so I was really worried it wouldn't be here because loads of people are out of stock, but there is some copies, so if you're fast you might get one and you're going to explore.
Yeah, I'm going to go straight to the bring and buy to snag those bargains, although even just looking around here I've seen stalls that are selling really good prices. So I don't know if I need to shop around a bit more or if I should just grab the things I want to get to make sure they don't sell out. But yeah, it's going to be a strange one walking around without Libby, but hopefully you can keep me company as I explore the UK Games Expo. Okay, so it's 9:05. I made a purchase, and I've got a little tip which I didn't realise. If you get here early doors, you can find a lot of kind of damaged stock, which people bought the games and sent it back because they were damaged, maybe got damaged in transit. And what's good is you can kind of look and gauge how damaged you think that is, because often it's just a dinked corner or a little mark on the box, and companies like Games Law are going to knock some price off that, so you can get yourself a bargain. And if you can live with the slight damage, you can get yourself an even cheaper game. So yeah, I managed to pick up Stardew Valley, which is hopefully the second edition with the insert and the fixed walls, for less than £40. Obviously, it's going to be the start of many purchases, I suspect, but that's one in the bag. Literally, it's going to go in the bag. Now, you might recall I said I want to brush up on my painting skills. I used that pun on Warhammer, and they thought I was hilarious. So I've actually got my figure here. I have a selection of paints, and it's all changed since I last painted. I mean, I haven't painted now for close to 30 years. So we have little stands you can... the evolution of this. Got a little stand you can hold to paint, and even a contrast pad. The things they come up with. So yeah, this might look worse in an hour's time, but hopefully it won't. I'll get back to you. So what have we learnt so far? Well, one, my hands are a lot bigger than they were when I was 10. Two, I can't listen to Meeple while I'm painting, which is very distracting. And three, the eyesight isn't as good as it was when I was 10. We've also learned that people on YouTube are surprisingly modest. This is a lot harder than I remember, and a lot more sloppy. Okay, an hour and a half later, that's what we have. It's what the Queen would want. It's in red, white and blue. There's dry brushing and washing, and I've been basking in the memories, but this took me nearly 2 hours. And I can see why I don't do it anymore. It was fun to relive the youth, but I don't have lots of time to do this. 1 hour and a half. Imagine 10, and we're looking at days and days of time I don't have. But it's fun to step back into this world. Now, after exploring the main halls, I'm heading on over to the bring and buy. Now, this is much like a kind of boot fair vibe. I've got no idea what's going to be in there. You've got the expectations you're going to find something spectacular for a bargain price, but who knows what's going to be in there. This could end up being a very expensive trip. Now, a couple of things to know before you go into the bring and buy. It's cash only. You can't take cards. Cards are accepted everywhere else, main exhibitors, but not in the bring and buy, which, as I only have £20, it's kind of given me a budget, so I can't go crazy when I'm in there. But worth noting, and also bags. You can only take empty bags into the bring and buy, so make sure you have an empty bag to take with you. They can leave it outside before you go in, but yeah, keep an empty bag handy, or if you're coming in a group, make sure someone's looking after your bags maybe. But getting closer to the edge and feeling the money burning a hole in my pocket. Now, what's good about the bring and buy is that as a group, we tend to preserve and keep our games in as pristine condition as we can. So what that means is when you're in here, you're going to see a lot of good quality things. Now, obviously, the pricing can be variable, so it's worth having a look at, say, board game prices while you're going around here and seeing how big a bargain it is, and whether you're just being drawn into temptation. because you've got an opportunity to buy something you never thought you're going to see in the wild. So remember, people here are setting their own prices, so you might find 2 games that are the same. Now, people have chosen how much they're going to charge this, so if you want to get Back to the Future Dice Through Time, great game, you probably should, well, you can pick up the one that's £7, or are you going to pick up the one that is £15? Worth having a look around just to find the best bargain you can find in this fine room, because there's many more copies of one game. Okay, so we have the selection, bid round, and because of the cash budget, decisions are going to have to be made. Now, I know the advice is often get here as soon as you can, but what's noticeable is people are still bringing games in throughout the day, so there's a kind of continuous flow of new things going on the shelf. So if something's not here, it might be here tomorrow, or it might be here later today. So another tip that someone said as we're looking around is kind of decide on the price you want to pay before you look at the price. And if it's less than that, you're onto a winner. If it's more than that, you've got a decision to make. And deciding is what I've got to do now, because I've got £20 and I have more than £20 of stuff here. May we live in perpetual regrets if I decide I should have got Rapid Response, Food Chain Island and Kodama the Tree Spirits, but if they're here tomorrow, it's a sign. And now we join the perpetual queue of paying for these games. If you want to see a woman go slowly mad, tomorrow when Libby comes here, there's going to be, I predict, between 20 and 30 games she's going to want to buy. So if you want to see someone struggling with difficult board game decisions, be around the bring and buy sale at some point tomorrow. But I've gone for 4 Gardens, a bargain at £10, and Chronicles of Crime, which I could have got for anything between £20 and £12. I went for the £12 version. Now, if you've been watching our channel for a while, I've mentioned the game Swatch a few times. It's always been that game I've kicked myself for not kicking on Kickstarter. But now, all is remedied because I've made it over to this Swatch stand and I finally picked up my copy. I've been talking about this now, it feels like for months. So it's fantastic to finally get my hands on it and also get that exclusive 2022 promo card. So make your way over here if you want to get that card. It's bizarre. I'm weirdly proud of seeing crowds of people gathering around Steel Coliseum. We didn't make the game, we just did the Kickstarter video, but seeing people excited about it and seeing people gathering around and trying to see what the techniques and what the tactics are being done was really brilliant. Lots of people just wanting to play it and see what it is, and yeah, that's warmed my heart a little bit. That's just really exciting, and the fact that Box Meeples is named on the promo thing is also very, very flattering. So I don't want to say it's the highlight of my day, but it's certainly up there. Let's play a fun game. What expansion am I making? I have 18 cows, some cheese, some individual player tokens, and a load of viticulture coins. That's right, with the help of those fine people at Board Game Extras, I am now making a fully fleshed out copy of the Tuscany Formaggio expansion. It's worth it just to get wooden cows, 18 of them. Well, the best purchases are always those impulse purchases, and especially when you're seeing people you spoke to a lot online and kind of it's nice to touch base. So I've treated Libby to something because she spent the day on the Kosmos stand demoing games, so I think she's going to deserve a little treat before she goes wild in the Isles tomorrow. And there's something to be said about seeing the last copy of a game and grabbing it just in case that's the last copy on the whole of the show floor. And so that's why I picked up Jabba's Palace, which is always something that's kind of tickled me. So yeah, I'm quite laden with stuff now, and yeah, toying with the idea of heading back to the car and dropping these off to free up the arms. But now, Shut Up and Sit Down are a YouTube channel I love their podcast. They're doing a live show, so I'm going to head on over to that and giggle in my seat at their madness. So that's the end of day 1 at the UK Games Expo. Really enjoyed seeing Shut Up and Sit Down's live show, particularly because they talked about Dodo, which is something that I know Libby was showing to them. So if you want to hear what they said about Dodo, download their podcast from the live from the UK Games Expo. So now we are heading off for a curry, and we're going to have a delicious meal all together. And then afterwards, hopefully, we're going to play some more games, because we haven't done enough of that already today. But please join us tomorrow for day 2 of the UK Games Expo. If you haven't seen us before, we are Box Meeples. I'm Julian, and usually joining me is Libby. We are on Instagram, on Twitter, and of course on YouTube. Please do comment if there's anything below you think we should watch, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already.